I recall we're in the thick of a Gralhund Villa battle.
I wouldn't say battle, more of a standoff at this point.
Did you guys get the map? Okay, there it
Yeah, I
goes.
see.
Still
There it
loading.
goes.
I mean, okay, there's dead people everywhere.
I killed a lot of those dead people.
I see dead people.
You should probably get that checked out.
Somebody's going to need to rescue the weasel from the banquet table.
I forgot
I'm-
about the weasel.
Yeah,
Pretty
he's
sure
still
that
out there
weasel
chilling.
is just fine.
Gorging.
So I guess we need our recap.
Yeah, we need a recap. It's been a couple weeks.
2.
Right, so we decided that we needed to figure out what it is we were going to do about this Gralhund Manor situation. Vamir recalled that the Gralhunds have a hideous crest and that their manor is highly protected, and Oscar reminded us all that they're also super rich, and Oran Gralhund, the patriarch, and his charming family are greatly in love with money. The building they live in is 2 stories tall, they have numerous guards, stables, workers, etc. The Goliath announces that he likes Morticia Adams, and we decide to split the party. Gulp. With Bladebiter, Vamir, and Gothak headed to see the Blackstaff to ask her how she feels about this whole situation, and the others following Sid to the manor itself. The plan is for the Dawn speaker to approach the door/front gate to preach about the Dawn, with Boomer, Vamir's weasel familiar, riding on his shoulder, and the others are going to maintain a safe distance and attempt to keep him safe in the event he makes them too mad by screaming too much about the Dawn. We speak to the Blackstaff. She reminds us of the mountain monk's prophecy about the twin of evil hiding his face for now. And then we discuss the options, and she indicates that if the constables have declared a lack of probable cause for searching the manor, it's possible that the Gralhunds have used their influence and shooed them away. And we were like, okay, cool. So the recommendation was basically go investigate carefully, give yourself an ironclad story should the watch show up. Vamir happens to be clergy, and their testimony is taken as gospel, conveniently so cool. And the city would probably also like all of their shiny dragons back. Meanwhile, the Dawn Hunt party approaches Gralhund Villa, the North Ward. Streets are busy, and the estate happens to be enclosed by 12-foot high walls. The yards are full of trees, and the manor is made of brick. There's an iron gate, which is closed and locked, and Sid determines that he's going to stand at the gate and make a mighty racket, announcing himself as a member of the Temple of Lavender, calling out to speak to the Lord and Lady. 2 giant mastiffs approach, followed by Herv Taldred, the groundskeeper, who happens to be wearing skull knee pads, which is totally normal attire for such a human. He wants to know why Sid is disturbing them, spits at the Dawn and tells him to be gone. Sid rambles, gets...
Dawn is the best!
I think
he
I heard some dog
threatens...
screaming in the background.
He threatens Sid. Sid's deeply disappointed, and then Sid attempts an insight roll after Boomer goes over the wall. Sid detects that the groundskeeper despises him, but despises the Dawn even more. Boomer, meanwhile, sees various doors off the courtyard. Oscar notes a door at the rear street, and that the carriage house is at the lower right corner, which has a wide door that exits onto the rear street. Boomer goes in the stables, and he notes 4 draft horses and a jet black riding horse whose name is apparently Maladar. How the weasel knew that, I don't know, but we're going to roll with it. There's a balcony on the 2nd floor of the building, opposite the carriage house, which is the house itself. And then the bigger group watches the front gate while waiting for Boomer the Weasel to come back, and Oscar notes the carriage house door is padlocked from the outside, which is a titch curious. So the rest of the party joins up, and we begin debating the merits of chucking the weasel over up into the balcony versus letting her climb up there on her own. She chooses the latter and gets up there with a dex check. And then we see a half-eaten banquet laid out on a table in a room with 2 doors and the sounds of people speaking. Meanwhile, Kaz is testing the Nimblewright detector, which spins and whirs excitedly. Krager and Gothak realize they can hear metal clanging on metal from within the estate, like combat, and Gothak and the Dawn Screamer go around to the back. The Goliath holds the Dawn Screamer up to peek over the wall, and Sid sees two shadows and Herb milling about in the courtyard. He is absolutely incensed because here are these things of darkness and evil, and he insists that they jump the wall and initiate combat with the creatures, which are affronting his Dawnly sensibility. Gothak in turn calls out to his deities, runs after the Dawn Screamer, upon whom he has bestowed the new nickname Shiny Butthole. And after Sid kapows a shadow to death, Gothak runs after him, with the rest of us attempting to figure out a way into the courtyard because we've realized everybody else is running in there and killing all the shadows without saving any for us. Second shadow comes out of the trees. He's grumpy about the yelling. I fling Krager over on top of the wall because he invoked Nickelback and failed to punch through the gate, which was a
Forgot
tinge
about that.
embarrassing. Oh, I take all the important notes. The shiny butthole is still affronted, wounds the second shadow. Herb doesn't like Gothak because of the way he looks and fixes to whack him, misses a whole bunch, and then tries to go at it one more time, but his aim is just really, really terrible, and he manages to achieve approximately paper cut. I continue flinging people up onto the wall. Sid and Gothak continue wrecking people. Poor Herb is beginning to think that being him is a bad idea right about now, and Vamir finally is like, oh lord, these people, conjures the spear of light, blasts open the gates, and he and I finally walk through after I've got about chucking a bunch of people over the wall. Herb dies in embarrassing fashion. The shadows continue keeling over. Gothak's annoyed he's running out of things to hit, and when everything is dead, Gothak attempts to ram open a door and fails, which is great. So we all help him push it in and burst into the bunkhouse, and there are no guards there. Gothak tries another door. We find an empty weapon closet. He's annoyed the guardhouse is empty because he likes to hit things. So he thinks about going through a stone wall, thinks better of it, and we go in through the front door. The floor is covered in bodies. There are two thugs holding maces standing over all the corpses, and a few of those corpses happen to be wearing black armor and have made poor life choices to get wing snake tattoos on their necks. Gothak leads a charge upstairs, finds three thugs and four wounded guards. Below, Vamir's like, "Aw, hell nah," with these maces, and starts pew-pewing at them. Krager proceeds to help him attack. The battle above continues with the thugs and the guards bludgeoning one another and somehow ignoring the fact that a Goliath has just come up the stairs at a high rate of speed. So we've got killing all over the place. Oscar's wandering around looking for things and finds the laundry room. We kill all of those thugs and are searching the house. And where we were, which you've apparently backed us out into the bathroom, but we had just walked into the bedroom and seen flying snakes, Oron Grulhund, the patriarch, and Erstil Flaxen, who is towering over the lord of the manor. And there we went to bed.
Excellent.
Give it to the Dawn Screamer.
So we can pick it up from right there. You and Gothak are at this door, and the door is closed. So I said we had to back you back because I forgot that the door was barricaded. So give me. I'm going to have to release Gothak, aren't I, for somebody to roll for him?
Yes, temporarily.
All right.
Given to Vamir. Vamir's good
So-
at playing all the things.
I cleared the ownership so somebody can claim him. So I need for Gothak and Rain to give me a perception check as they're on the outside of that door.
Did I roll well?
Yes.
Got an 18.
Not as good as
As
Rain.
well
though.
as I did.
Oh, dang. That's your one crit, right?
Shut it, Sparkle Pants.
So you hear voices through this door, and you hear somebody threatening another person,
Ooh.
and they're demanding information, and you can hear the person demanding. You can hear them shouting at it. Where is the stone?
Stone? They must be looking for the same stone that we are.
You're so smart.
It's the only stone I know. Besides the two I own.
So Rain is up on the combat tracker. So what would you like to do? We're still kind of in combat. We'll keep going by the initiative that's in the combat tracker.
Ah! P.S. I'm rocking a cough, so if I hack up a lung into my mic, I apologize.
I was gonna say that sounded a little bit like a witch cackle.
We're gonna go with that.
Are you a witch?
Yes.
Well, I mean, she makes miracles happen with animals, of like medicine. That's basically witchcraft.
Totally.
I thought you were going to mention fingertips, but no, that's a different story.
Haha.
Let's see. If I give the door a bit of a push, can I tell anything about?
You could feel the resistance. You could tell there's something on the other side of the door holding it. Like it's barricaded.
Try opening it the other way.
I mean, so step 1 is that I'm gonna pull on the door. Step 2 is I'm gonna see if Gothak and I can push it open.
That is a lot of muscle trying to push that door. I believe
Yeah,
we
it
will
is.
succeed.
I
Give
was
me
gonna
a-
say I can't.
Strength check with advantage.
What?
Nice.
Okay,
Damn.
so wow.
What just happened? What just happened?
I
Wow.
I
rolled
rolled
another
another
20.
crit.
Wow.
So what happens to this door? Holy crap!
God, I hope it explodes.
So you push this door. The both of you are pushing on this door, and it's easily you can hear the furniture and everything that's holding this door just slide across the floor as it's coming open, and you see this guy, and he is threatening this guy. And let me give you. There you go. And you notice the guy that's doing the threatening has a burned face.
Is his
Out of
whole face burnt
character.
or just a side of it?
Out of character, he also
Just the
appears to have
side.
some sort of a shadowy overtone to him. Is he like leeching some shadowy, smoky?
No, that's where he was burned.
It's
And
like an
as you're
active burn.
right, as you guys are coming through this door, he notices, and there's a window behind him, and he jumps out of this window.
Query. I thought he was a sun elf.
I don't know. That's the picture they got for him.
Pretty sure he was a sun elf, but that's fine.
So as he jumps out this window
I want to see an agility
down
check.
onto the street.
See if he doesn't break his damn neck jumping out a 20-foot high window.
He made it.
Higher DC than the Dawn Descender, right? Because he doesn't have a rope.
Right?
I mean, it's very heroic and all, but if you've just been flamed and you're still smoking and bleeding,
Technically, the fireball was a couple days ago. Remember? He was just scarred.
Let's not open the whole disadvantage because of wounds can of worms. We won't like that one.
No, I'm all about advantages, not disadvantages, so I agree.
So what would you like to do, Rain? Or you can pass it to, I guess, Gothek's up. You guys busted into that room. And you do see flying snakes in a cage, 3 of them, to your left. And this other guy cowering on the floor there where he was being threatened. And if you run over to the window, you see this guy running off down the alley. And as he's running away, you see him pull out a potion and tip it up, and he kind of disappears as he's running.
Can we see the man that was cowering and being questioned? Do we know who he is, or can we tell?
You don't know who he is.
Is he in livery or is he a guard? What is
He
this poor fool?
Yeah, he's hold on, let me see if they get a description.
Short, fat aristocrat?
Kind of, yeah.
It's like downtown Austin.
Hey,
That's this
I
guy.
resemble that comment next week.
You're neither short nor fat nor rich.
This is the
I
guy
suppose I
that's
am
groveling on the
short,
floor.
Hey, look, Morticia's back.
Ooh. Is she looking at me? Is she smiling?
She's definitely not smiling.
God damn it.
And he's armed with a rapier.
Goliath teeth.
And as you come through the door, he kind of puts the rapier down and says, "Please, please don't hurt me. Don't hurt me."
What are the guards in that hallway doing? The ones that were blocking another door?
They're
That
still
we
guarding
decided to
the
just- Okay.
They're still guarding the door from Sid and Vamir, who's out there. What are you guys gonna do in this room?
Are we still in initiative order?
Yeah.
Because if we are and got that can, he should yell down for people to run out the back door? Back door.
I concur, Your Excellency. That was a Civilization reference if nobody got it.
Okay, well that happens. Side note, I'm not sure what they're gonna find tracking someone who's invisible, but
Can't hurt to look.
I guess. Pass the turn?
I'll just keep.
So this veteran guard is standing guard at the door, not letting anybody by. So is the other one. Then Orund Grolhund, he tells you that he doesn't want to have any more trouble.
She did.
And he's going to pass his turn. Cragor, you are up. I think you're still downstairs, right?
Yeah, I'm still downstairs. Let's see. I honestly don't know which way to go. It being in a strange building and not knowing where anything is. Oscar went up some stairs. I'm going to follow where Oscar went.
All right. You gonna move your token? And I'll put you at the top of the stairs. Now you're on the top map.
And let's see, I would see Oscar there. I'm going to go to this door at the end of the hall.
All right.
And yeah, that pretty much exceeds Well, that's going to be using part of a dash action, so I'm done.
So your turn's over. Oscar, he was checking out this room, so we'll leave him in there checking out that room. He's kind of probably taking a nap or something.
I think he's like checking out all the rooms.
Yeah. Well, we'll let Kragar have that fun. He got distracted by a chest in this room, and he's trying to pick the lock.
Of course he is.
Vamir.
Proper roguey thing to do.
I get distracted by different kinds of chests.
Yeah, don't we all?
Speaking of, how's Morticia?
We don't see her yet.
Still not smiling.
Damn it.
Alright, I'm going to go over to the Goliath and the Dragonborn.
All right.
I'm
Anything
logging
else?
in now, so it'll be just a few minutes.
All right.
Is Grolhund actively bleeding?
No, he's been intimidated. I mean, he's scared. I mean, all this carnage has been happening, and he's barricaded himself in this room to hide. Then he was accosted by Erstal Floxen. And now he's fearing that you guys are here to kill him too.
Lord Grolhund, I presume?
Yes, I am Lord Gralhund. Please don't hurt me.
We're members of the Grey Hand. We're in the process of an investigation. Please cooperate.
What can I do to help? I want all this to stop.
How did these men enter your compound?
Give me a charisma. Charisma or intimidation. Or persuasion. Something like that. All right. He tells you that that the Zentarum were guests of my wife. House Gralhund has been bankrolling the Black Network operation in Waterdeep, including the plot to kidnap Rainier Neverember, and the plot to steal the stone from his father's gnome, Dalakar. That spy. Got any more questions
pick
for
it
him?
We lost somebody. Huh, never mind.
You still there?
I
Vamir?
think everyone's still here.
I'm here. I was logging out of my phone and into my computer app.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So he tells you that the House Gralhund's been bankrolling the Black Network in Waterdeep, the Zentarum.
You seem to have had a bit of a falling out. What was that about?
Well, you see, my wife was frustrated with the Zents and their inability to secure the artifact. She gave them a necklace of fireballs. She gave a necklace of fireballs to her mechanical servant and sent it to help retrieve the stone. It was careless and caught the Zents in the fireball by mistake. The Stone of Galore. That's what we were after. It's some kind of ancient creature transformed into an artifact. It knows the location of a hidden vault in Waterdeep containing 500,000 dragons. Please don't tell my wife. Please don't tell her I'm helping you. I'm afraid of her.
I'm going to shout from the stairs, or assume that this conversation has been going on long enough for me to come up behind my good friend Vamir. Because we're buddies. Hello, Vamir. So while everything that you're telling me from your point of view is understandable, the shadows in the courtyard and the dark magic that is on your grounds, that's not excusable under any circumstances, and we of the dawn will cleanse it with a blinding light, most likely from our
Fists.
Fists.
Shiny buckle.
Fists.
He
Thank
shakes his
you.
head. He shakes his head. I don't know what you're talking about.
Who have you allied yourself with in order to secure this stone that would summon such dreadful and unnatural beings?
I've told you we've aligned with the Zentarum to obtain the Stone of Galore. That's all I know. My wife,
So
we've been helping them.
you've willingly aligned with these entities.
My wife has, yes.
And would you testify to the robes that you have done this willingly as a partnership in order to secure the stone?
We've done
Because
nothing wrong.
no, you have if you are aligned with those that summoned the Black Depths.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm having my zealot moment. That's what I'm talking about.
But you're not a zealot. Gothak is.
Well,
True.
you know what? There's always time, buddy. There's always time. Vamir, how can you stand with this? Must we stand up for the light?
Is my wife okay? Is she safe? Last I saw her, she was in the master bedroom with her bodyguard.
I turn to Vamir
Please,
and I
please
say,
take me to her.
for our vows.
Corruption isn't simply darkness.
Dude, the shadows. They were summoned. What more do you need?
We don't know by whom.
People in the courtyard that they aligned with.
Can I have my character?
Name.
Probably.
Go ahead and grab him.
All right, brother, I'll trust you as to our actions, but please note, those accountable must be held.
I agree. I think we'll need to take the residents of the manor into custody for questioning.
I couldn't agree more.
Is my wife safe? Have you heard from my wife?
Your wife is safe. She's still with her bodyguard.
I need to see her.
If we allow him to see her, it will not be alone.
Oh, agreed.
Agreed.
He needs to be accompanied, and he needs to already be in custody.
Tell your guards to stand down.
I see anyone wiggling their fingers, I'm going to get a little twitchy.
So you're gonna take him into the master bedroom?
We're gonna have him tell his guards to stand down, and Gothak's gonna control him while somebody peeks in that room.
I do not command the guards. They follow my wife's orders. They won't let
If you
me
do
in.
not find a way to make them move, we will move them.
They don't follow my commands. They follow only hers. I may be able to persuade her to let me in.
Alright.
Gothak is very itchy and wants to start swinging again.
Yeah, I'm sort of both of you guys. Maybe we should send someone to call the watch so they can bring the paddy wagons.
We could always send Lambda.
Are we sure we
Let's
want
do
the
that.
watch involved yet?
Oh yeah, we want the watch involved. There's some shit going on here. And we're doing our investigation.
You know, caves often have more than one entrance. Someone should probably see what the outside of her room looks like.
Agreed.
Is this a good time for me to check this back door that I'm at?
Probably.
Oh, can you push the map to me again, too, please?
You want to go into that room, Gregor?
I do. inquiring minds want to know.
It's a closet.
It's a water closet.
It's another servant room.
Doesn't look like it has other doors from what I'm seeing.
Nope.
Nope. And at which point I will proceed my merry ass right over here to this other door to check the inside of that room as well.
You open the door slowly, or do you bust it in?
I yell, "Open in the name of the guard," and I kick the door in.
I like your style, dude.
All right, you're gonna kick that door in. And this is what you find.
More empty barracks.
Not so empty.
Oh, the servants. All the servants who are scared to death.
Yes, a bunch of servants who have cowered into that room. So they're the largest three chambers, a common room containing 6 bunk beds for the junior staff. A total of 9 maids, cooks, and valets, commoners, are holed up here, waiting for someone to rescue them. They are armed with improvised weapons, rolling pins, mops, brooms, and the like, that are treated as clubs.
Oh, please tell me that Nanny, the cook's assistant, bonks him on the head with a rolling pin.
I'm surprised that
one
the
of
door
them
didn't
waves
repel
the
me.
rolling pin at you. Don't come any closer! We will attack you! Another one's holding a broom up high.
Calm yourselves. We are searching for a halfling that stole a stone.
We've seen no halflings around here.
Sun elf. The guy who stole the stone is a sun elf.
A sun elf? My bad. I thought he was a halfling.
Racist.
Damn it.
It's the ears.
It's because I'm a dwarf. I'm biased against elves. Okay.
We don't know of any halflings.
What about a sun elf? Would have been burned by some sort of magical fire.
Yes, he has a bedroom on this upper floor. He's been staying here for the past few weeks. He was badly burned and we bandaged him.
Which bedroom was he in?
The southwest corner.
The southwest corner bedroom.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. And what is the path to get to that room? Is he still here?
I don't know.
Well,
You
if he
can't get to
cared
that side
for
of the
his
building,
wounds-
second floor from this area. You have to go downstairs and back up.
Okay. Thank you. Don't go anywhere. The guard will be coming to question you more.
Trust us, we're not leaving.
And then I will proceed my merry dwarven feet as fast as they will go to the other.
All right. We'll just move you over there.
Danke. That's my turn.
So what's going on in the other room still?
Is
Are
my
you guys
combat
going?
broken? By the way, because I still see that it's Vimir's turn.
Oh
What's
yeah,
that?
we stopped.
We stopped
Oh,
passing.
okay.
Yeah. So, Orend is asking to see his wife. Are you guys going to allow him to go see if she's okay? Or see
We're
if he can get
gonna
into that room?
accompany him back to the lobby full of strikingly Monty Python-esque bodies, and Gothak's gonna keep a hand on his shoulder, probably, because I feel like reaching for the elbow of a shorter than average man is going to be annoying for Goliath.
There is a thing called an arm bar or a chicken wing, where you push his wrist up the center of his back. It will make up for the height, and does not have to permanently injure him unless I...
Okay.
So you take him back into that main room there where the two veteran guards are standing watch by the door, and he hollers into the other room for his wife Yala. Yala, it's okay. They're here to help.
Fantastic.
And with that, you see a big, burly half orc come up behind the guards in the doorway. And Oren says, Herbaz, these people, they were here to help dispatch the Zentarum. And Herbaz says, looks at Oren, and he turns around and asks Yala if it's okay if you enter the room, and she grants permission.
Spell the half-orc's name, please.
Hrabbaz.
It's also on the combat tracker.
Ah! So it is.
And let me open up this room for you. And you can see him. And you can see Orand. And now you can see Yala.
Whoa,
Yeah,
did he
he-
actually move that far?
Yeah.
I thought Gothak was holding him.
Yeah, it just needs to move me with the token.
Well, the better question is, are you going to let him go that far?
Yeah, that's
'Cause
true. Yeah, actually,
he's in a let situation.
I'll be holding him just into the door, pretty much where you have him, and Blade Biter would be following me in, I would imagine, as would Vamir.
Yes.
All right. So when you come in, you see Yala Growlhund. She's wearing a breastplate and armed with a rapier, and standing next to her is a well-dressed the half-orc bodyguard Herbaz. A locked wooden trunk rests at the foot of a large canopied bed in the southwest corner. A claw-footed bathtub sits in the northwest alcove near a freestanding mirror and a privacy screen. Hanging above a fireplace in the southeast corner is a shield that bears the Gralhan coat of arms, and logs are stacked neatly next to the hearth. A tall mahogany wardrobe stuffed with expensive gowns and dress clothes stands next to a pair of open glass doors leading out to a balcony. Okay, so what would you like to do from here?
Well, whose turn is it? Because we're still sort of doing the combat thing.
Whoever wants to.
Well, yeah, we're talking
We're out of
now,
combat.
so
Yeah, we're out of combat.
Yeah, we're not really doing.
So I'm going to run and get the guards because no one else has gone and done it yet. So I'd like you to just remove my character from the field and assume that I'm headed to attract attention using my credentials, badgy kind of thing, because I'm carrying my badge. I'm going to do my official capacity as both a monk of the Temple of Lathander, who is affronted at the shadows, as well as the Grayan.
All right, so you go back out to the street.
Lady Grolhund, we're members of Force Grey, investigating Ventarum activity in the city. We were near your manor when we heard sounds of combat. Are you alright?
Yes, I am fine. The Zentarum. I don't know why they attacked my villa.
Can
Your
we roll
lady
an
voice is funny.
Can we roll an insight check on that, or check for deception?
If you want to roll an insight,
Not that I'm particularly good at that, but
roll it in the tower.
How many of us?
Whoever wants to roll an insight, go ahead.
I think we're naturally suspicious. Oh, that wasn't the tower.
Kragar didn't put it in the tower, but he went like full. I don't know what's
Oops.
going on.
he's like that meme with the skeptical hippo eyes.
Oh,
That was pterodactyl.
there it was.
Yeah, that was the pterodactyl.
So happy.
That was an
So-
impressive scream.
Vamir Gothak, you really don't know what to think of her story. And Rain and Kragor, you kind of suspicious of it.
I mean, it helps that I was in the room when Gothak and I found her husband, and he just spilled all the beans. But that's fine. I look at Vamir slightly knowingly and nod at him subtly.
You know, that story would sound a whole lot better if I hadn't had just confirmed with the servants that they have been caring for the wounded sun elf that took the stone. So, do you want to revise your
took what stone?
comment?
I don't know what you're talking about. It's no crime to have guests.
No,
It is
but
a crime to associate with criminals, however.
Yeah.
Especially aiding and abetting a thief and a murderer.
Who was a thief and a murderer?
Bribing guards. Yeah, it all doesn't bode well for
No
you.
guards were bribed. Are you accusing a noble of committing crimes?
Yes.
I will peek out from behind Bladefighter and just simply nod.
Aiding and abetting a fugitive, conspiracy against the city, lying to an investigator. Shall we keep going?
Who's an investigator?
I mean, everyone who's a member of Force Grey is an investigator in this instance.
Are you members of the city guard? I demand you leave my villa now. Or you will be charged with trespass.
You're already charged.
You have no authority to charge me. And
Out of
about this
character.
time you hear through the glass door whistles and things, and you know, like the city guard is approaching.
I have been successful with my mission. Am I like leading the charge of the city guard, or am I just with him?
How could you not be?
I hope you are up in front.
The dawn is victorious.
Yeah, you're coming with the city guard, and you guys are at the front door. Let me find your token. All right, you're there. You got about, I would say there's probably 5 city guardsmen with you.
That's enough.
Are you going to go in or?
Oh
wait
yeah,
there?
yeah. The first thing I'm going to do is explain to the guard that there's evidence everywhere, and that here is where the shadows, blah 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 blah. You know, we saw this, blah 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 blah. This is the sounds that we heard. Explain to them that in my role as a monk of the temple of after the dawn. By the way, I have a conversation with Mir later about that. Um, I was affronted at the summoning of dark forces into our fair city. I'm from Waterdeep. And I assure them that the only ones who are left alive are upstairs. So we must move quickly to stabilize the situation. However, be aware that there's evidence everywhere, so we should seek to not disturb it.
All right, so you say that, and you bring them. You're going to bring them upstairs.
Oh gosh, yes! I'm so excited to bring them upstairs.
You bring them upstairs, and I'm going to assume you're going to what? Bring them in the bedroom where everybody's standing.
Well, I don't bring all of them into the bedroom. I assure them that the situation is under control. However, some should secure the rear. I'm an expert at this kind of thing.
So 2 of them stay at the stairs, and the other 3 are coming with you. But you guys going to let them in? You're blocking the doorway. They say, "Move aside, move aside." And the 3 city guard enter,
Yeah.
and they demand that
And the last
Gothak
thing-
released Lord Grolhand.
No, the last thing I say to them is that my associates of the Grey and I have charged formally this woman due to the events of this evening and evidence which has been taken. I turn things over to Vamir, also an associate of the Temple of Lathander. So release them is not an option because we've charged them.
Okay, so the City Watch tells Gothak to release Lord Grolhand.
He is being restrained on my order.
And then, I'm not saying out loud, but everyone knows and assumes I'm not going to let anyone go until someone from my clan, my friends here, would tell me.
Yala tells
Yeah,
the city guards. Yala
Did I
tells
do
the
a
city,
poor job of explaining this?
Yala tells the City Watch that her villa. She's explaining to him that her villa was attacked by some Zentarum, and we fought valiantly. These people, she don't know. She don't know whether you are part of the Zentarum or what you're doing here. She's never seen you before. So the city guard again demand that you release Lord Grolhund.
Alright, I flash my 4th Grey badge and say that the residents of the manor need to be taken into custody for questioning.
We will not arrest nobles in their own homes when we have no reason to do so.
We have testimony from one of the nobles that the Gentarum were not only invited, but conspired with in order to commit crimes against the city and its people.
Whose testimony is this?
At which point, I look pointedly at probably Blade Bite.
Lord Grolhund.
And the guardsman turns to Lord Grolhund. Is this your testimony? Lord Grolhund looks at him.
Keep going, I'll be right back.
Lord Grolhund looks at the and he says, "Absolutely not. I don't know what these fools are talking about." Again, release Lord Grolhand.
A zone of truth can answer that question. I am a priest of Moradin. How about we sit you down and question whether or not that is a lie?
Divinations are not acceptable in a court of law because they can be resisted.
There will be none of that. Release Lord Grolhund, and I demand you leave this villa immediately. Or you will be arrested.
How about we summon the head of the Force Grey?
She specifically said to be left out of this.
She
This
also said we
crime
shouldn't
scene will
involve the
be
watch.
properly investigated. I demand you leave.
Properly investigated means that you don't dismiss a noble as a potential criminal. So are you on the take?
At which point I tap
Are
Gothak on the
you making
shoulder
accusations at the
and
city
start
watch?
pushing people toward the stairs.
At this point, you hear a couple people coming up the stairs. And when they reach the top of the stairs, you hear somebody speaking to the two guards that were Sid had told to stay behind him. And you hear some guy say, "What's going on here?" You recognize the voice of Mr. Barnabas Blastwind. Barnabas comes around and enters the room and he says, what do we have here? Cromley! Escort these people out of here. Cromley starts rounding you up. Is anybody going to resist?
No one is going to resist.
I look
You're
very
es-
disappointed that we're not.
You are escorted out of the building, and Barnabas follows, and you are all taken to the front gate of the villa. So let me move you out there.
Zamir is very satisfied that they cannot theatrically slam the gate on us because it is broken.
Right?
And we got Oscar over here. Where's Kaz? Kaz has been downstairs.
I haven't been on the picture yet. Wherever the heck I am, hey.
You're in the banquet room or whatever it was. Here, let me put you outside with the rest of them.
Yay, I feel
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now you're outside, and Barnabas and Cromley are speaking with you, and Barnabas looks at you disappointingly and asks you, "What were you thinking?"
We were thinking, why didn't you do your damn job and arrest them?
Excuse me? I
At this
will be
point,
investigating this crime scene.
I'm incensed. I don't know if you guys realize the level at which Sid has like flipped his shit at this point. I asked to be thrown over the wall by the barbarian because I saw shadows summon into my city by the occupants of this manor.
Do you have proof of these shadows?
I have the testimony of the clergy. I have my badge of Force Grey.
Do
I
you
have my honor.
proof of these shadows? Evidence. Do you have evidence of these shadows that you speak of?
Would the summoner, who is now a corpse, bear evidence upon his body? Because if so, we can direct you to this summoner, which we dispatched.
Where would this summoner be?
In the courtyard where I punched his face out.
Point of order. I think it was Gothak that punched his face out.
Oh.
But that's okay.
You know.
Barnabas turns to Cromley. Cromley, can you check this out, please? And Cromley walks away.
We did not enter this house lightly. We entered because it was an affront to our fair city and to the badges that we carry with honor. At which
Did I
point I
not
turn
did I
to
not already
Krager.
speak to you about this?
We
There
won't
was no
turn a
evidence
blind
of any
eye.
crime committed by the Grolhans.
Except that they were harboring a known fugitive.
And one of them admitted to the crime.
He just said he did say no such thing.
In which case he perjured himself in front of the watch.
So Cromley comes back and he's talking, waves Barnabas over. Barnabas walks over and you see him talking. And Barnabas shakes his head and walks back over. There's no evidence of any shadows.
What about the gameskeeper? Was there anything on him? He was human, but he smelled vile.
Skull knee pads,
A
hard to
dirty
miss.
groundskeeper is no crime.
I did not mean about his filth or his hygiene when I said he smelled vile.
He was dirty. He's a groundskeeper.
You'll find traces
was
of
wearing-
necromantic magic on the ground.
Yeah, shadows don't just disappear, dude.
There's no evidence of any shadows. He may have been a worshiper of Asmodeus, but there's no evidence of any shadows. And we don't even know that to be fact.
Do you still have the necklace of fireballs that was given as evidence from the event that occurred in our establishment?
It's back at the precinct. In
Are
the
you
evidence.
sure about that? Not conveniently lost?
Unless somebody
Because
stole it
it's-
out of the precinct.
Because the servants that I questioned said that they were caring for a sun elf that had fled from that incident and was being harbored in this villa. For weeks, he lived here.
He writes this down in his notebook. We'll investigate it.
Oh, I jeer at him and I said, I'm sure you will. I'm sure that you'll walk in there and ask Morticia and she will say, well, none of my servants will say that. And I'm sure none of them will because they are harboring evil in this city.
We'll take that into consideration when we do our investigation.
So, oh, I'm sure you will. And from what I've seen so far, your investigative skills are sorely lacking.
You've
and
told you
obvious-
speak a lot, but you have no evidence of anything that you're making accusations of. You talk of shadows, but there's no evidence.
Who, out of character, who was told about the servant with the fireball necklace? Was that Gothak and me?
No, that was Krager only.
That was
Kragor
Krager only.
Yeah.
This is the first everyone else has heard of it. Krager was also told that the lady of the house gave a necklace of fireballs to her mechanical servant in order to help the Zentarum reclaim the Stone of...
Oren told that to Gothak and Bladebiter.
Bladebiter.
Yeah, that's what Oren told them.
Oh shit, I'm mixing up my sources. Okay, never mind.
But Oren flatly denied it when he was in front of his wife.
Of course he did. He's afraid of her. He said so.
So
And
it's
Yala
obvious.
is denying everything. So Barnabas tells you, if I were you, I would heed this advice. Leave the investigations up to the experts. Mind your own business and go back to tending that shitty bar. Cromley, make sure we secure this gate. Call in some more City Watch so we can clean up this crime scene and collect evidence. We have some questioning to do.
Are you sure you didn't misstate that dispose of evidence?
Are you accusing me of an illegal act?
I
No.
put a hand on Krager's shoulder and squeeze.
I'm quickly losing my patience. You're about to spend the night in a jail.
I put my hand on Gothak's shoulder because I can see him getting steamed. I put my other hand on Krager's helmet, and I say, let's go back to the bar, gentlemen.
One more thing.
Nope, time to go back to the bar.
There are friends of ours that are in jail, in being imprisoned for crimes they did not commit.
Friends of yours? Who are these friends?
Fix it. Oh, you know Yagra and the others.
Zentarum.
No, they are not.
Yes, they are.
Oh, that's where you're wrong again. But that's all
If
right.
they've done
We'll keep
nothing
doing our work.
wrong, they will be released when the time comes. In the meantime, there's a whole citywide crackdown on the Xanathars and the Zentarums because we're tired of blood in the street.
So far, the only blood that I've seen has come from these idiots in black
And if Yala tells us that you were involved in the murders of any of her guards, we will be paying you a visit.
Oh, yes, of course.
And you guys did kill one, remember?
What?
Oh yeah, you killed the groundskeeper.
Well, as nobody
And
was
he didn't have
outside
any
the witness.
tattooed snakes on him.
Well, that may be true, but there were no witnesses to that. So,
But
that's
Sid
a
admitted to it. Did Sid not tell him that he killed
just said he punched him out.
him? Okay. They'll do their
That is
investigation.
that is not.
Be gone. Cromley, let's wrap this up. Call in the extra men. And they go back inside the gates. And he posts 3 guards outside the gate.
On our
And you
walk
guys
back,
go ahead.
I'm gonna bring up the dirty investigators. We should do some investigating of them. Because they are clearly in cahoots with hiding the Zentarum's efforts with the Groll.
Just FYI, the Dawn Screamer had to take a work call, but that's okay.
What do you know? The same thing happened to me, but I just came back.
All right. So you guys are heading back to Troll Skull Manor, am I correct? And it's probably, hell, that was late evening, so it's probably midnight or so by the time you get back home. So I'm going to go ahead and give everybody a long rest. Actually,
It may be completely unnecessary, but Gothak just really doesn't feel easy about everything that happened tonight. So he's going to take his rest, but he's going to stay up a bit to have a watch on the first.
all right. It either locked up. Well, there it goes. So everybody takes a long rest, and you wake up in the morning, and you hear this tapping at the front door, like a thump, thump, thump. Not like a knock, but like something bumping into the front door of the tavern, like a little nudge, bump, bump, thump, 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 thump.
Who's downstairs to hear it?
What's
Hang
that?
on just a sec. I want to take that down as a note, but Ren just got back and I'm telling him what he missed. Unless somebody else wants to tell him what he missed.
Yeah, sorry, I had to work, dudes.
All right. Somebody go ahead and fill him in.
I don't know
You-
when he disappeared.
You're all awake now, in the morning, in the tavern having breakfast, and you're hearing that
Praise
thump,
the dawn.
thump, thump, thump at the front door.
Well, Vamir's gonna go and open the door.
Who's opening the door?
Vamir.
I assume
Yeah.
Gothak and I both have a hand on a weapon because it's that kind of day.
Well, I mean, would we hear it up? Because I took a third floor room, so was it a loud tap enough to hear upstairs?
We're sitting
Oh, we were
downstairs.
all down.
Yeah,
Oh,
everybody's
sorry, I'm sorry.
downstairs
You said
having
we were down at
breakfast.
breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody's
yeah.
downstairs in the common room, common tavern having breakfast.
Yeah.
Leaf is pouring milk and apple juice, some Lucky Charms. So as you open the front door, as you open the door to the tavern, you see a flying snake, and it's got a note attached to it.
Does it appear to be like an actual flying snake? Like, does it look real or does it look ethereal or?
It is an actual flying snake, like the one you seen in the bedroom that was in the cage.
Oh yeah, I want that thing.
So you're saying you yell, catch it.
I kind of want to like be able to swing it and throw it at people, similar to how Tulsa Doom made arrows out of snakes in that Conan movie.
You can reach out, and the snake is just like hovering right there, like a hummingbird.
We're
And
gonna
it's
go.
got a note, like a piece of parchment.
I
Well, let's
plucked the
read the
piece of parchment from its
What's that?
I plucked the piece of parchment and start reading it.
All right. So you take. Did you grab the snake, or just the parchment?
No, I
I
did
would-
not actually grab it.
Okay, so you take the piece of parchment, and then the snake quickly does like a loop-de-loop and flies away. And this is what the parchment reads.
Do any of the locals know who Eastrid Horn is? Do they know anything about the City of the Dead? And how the hell do you say Acharon?
No, you about got that one on the first try.
which is very impressive.
City of the Dead
Yeah.
is basically the graveyard district.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, I would be quite comfortable there.
And there should be some people who know who Istrid Horn is.
With or without a check.
Those of you that belong to the Doom Raiders Zentarum faction, She was one of the
Yep.
Doom Raiders, hanging out with
Hold
Davin.
on, I'm scrolling.
I'm not good with names in real life, let alone here.
Right.
You got to remember, and my girlfriend will attest to this. I am a quarter retarded.
Istrid Horn was one of the Doom Raiders. Let me see if I can find the picture. The Doom Raiders.
Right.
Oh yeah, kind of sexy.
And I think Istrid, which one was she? She was the...
The only she.
No,
What if
because
she-
y'all
No,
were
there are
she.
two.
I refuse to acknowledge at least one of them.
Istrid is the dwarf.
Yeah,
Shame.
she's the little one.
There's two little ones.
Well,
The
the female
littlest
little
one.
one.
Yeah, the
other little
littlest
one,
one is Schemo.
yeah, that's Schemo Weird Bottles or whatever the hell. He likes to talk to whatever's inside his cape.
A better name would be Weird Bottom, but okay.
So at this moment, why don't everybody level up?
Bitchin'.
And we'll take a 10-minute break while you do that.
So we actually escaped Grelhund Manor without getting arrested or dead.
So
Yes.
it wasn't
Guys,
really an
that's
escape.
Level up.
that's something.
You tried to get arrested.
I would say
Yeah.
I'm a little sad that we didn't get arrested at least.
Yeah, Gothak wanted to get arrested. You were probably affronted that they were not cooperating and being watched like.
Well, you know, it wasn't so much I
Vamir-
wanted to be arrested; it's that I wanted to do lots of things that would get me arrested.
Right,
So you guys are hitting level 4, so you can either take a feat or the ability score increase. It's up to you, one or the other.
I gotta remember which
This
menu
thing is not
we
working for level up.
drag and drop.
Is it Xanathar's or SRD that we drag?
You can drag it off your character sheet and then
Yeah,
drag it
go to
back.
your main tab, click on the magnifying glass to open the class and level window, and then grab the shield for whatever class you are, drag it off, and then drop it back on.
Yeah, okay. Yep, that's easy.
I don't know how to do my feature ability score improvement. Should it give me like a pop-up or an option or something?
Are you going to increase ability score or take a feat?
Ability score.
So
Well, okay, wait. The answer is yes, but I'll double check the feats just in case.
Yeah.
It doesn't like me.
I'll do it for you. Hold on. I'll do it for you. There you are. You're level 4 now.
You saw that.
And then you can do either ability score improvement or select one of the feats.
Feet.
And the feats, over on the right hand side, there's a banner for feats if you want to read what they are. Just click the banner and you can select any one of these feats.
Left-hand side of what?
Oh, I'm sorry, right hand side. I'm back asswards. The right hand side, where the banners are, one of them should be for feats, and if not, click on the library, and then you need to open up the banners. I always have all of them opened.
Gotcha. Do not have feats yet. Got it now.
Okay,
Third.
yeah, your banner was closed.
Yep.
And I have the module available for the coding for any one of the feats if you want to drop the coding into your abilities tab. And I'm going to step away from the keyboard, but feel free to talk amongst yourselves and take a little break.
Guys, guess what?
Mm.
I can actually heal now.
Yay! And the peasants rejoice. Did I mention that when I hit level 20 with a barbarian, I can have a 24 strength and a 24 constitution?
That's really cool.
So you get the ability score modifiers at 4, 8, 12, 16, and 19. And at 20, you get Primal Champion, which increases your strength and constitution by 4, with the maximum increasing to 24. So if I get my strength and con up to 20, the other ability scores I'll just put wherever. Then when I hit 20, assuming we all play that long, then my strength and con will be 24. Which I would like to say is dope.
So I can now jump out of my Dawn Sanctuary.
And into my arms.
You know what? I was going to wait until next week, but we could try it out tonight to see how much damage.
I'm going to look up what a strength of 20 means, because I know that there's supplements that like tell you what that a score like means outside of. Matt, are you getting like haunting vibes, like the last time we heard music like this?
He had a pretty uneventful sleep last night.
Okay, I took the athlete feat. And justifying that because of all my climbing up and down to the Dawn Fort.
Got my sounds mixed up again. Hope they're fixed. Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me now? Somebody talk. God damn it. Mic check. Can't hear you. Say something again.
Is it level up
Okay,
one
I hear
ability
you now.
score by 2 or 2 ability scores by 1?
It's your choice, I
feet.
believe.
Yeah.
Alright, I'd like to take Kish Odyssey.
You're taking a feat?
Yeah.
What is it?
Let me see if I can. Yay.
Which one are you taking?
You see it?
No, which one is it?
Rakish Audacity.
Rakish.
Rakish?
Yeah,
Rakish.
Rakish?
Rakish.
Rakish.
Rakinishu?
Right.
No, a rake is
Well, that's a feature.
Oh, you said what now?
A
Feats?
feat.
What?
You can either choose a feat or increase your ability scores. So if you open up, do you have the over on the right hand side where you have all your banners? Do you have the one that says feats?
Skills. Feats. There's nothing that says feats.
Okay, so click on the one that says library,
Library.
and you see all of them at the top. The feats one's probably unchecked. If you check it, then you'll see it over there. Or you can just click
Oh,
all
man,
at the
guys.
top and load all of them.
I have cantrips out the wazoo.
Should get that looked at.
So if you guys take a feat, make sure you drag it and put it on your tab for, this says abilities. There's a section for feats. So if you drag that thing and drop it on that line for feats, it'll go on your abilities tab. Did you find it, Kaz?
I have no feats.
Did you open up the library tab?
Yes.
You see all the ones at the top. Should be background, characters, classes, encounters, feats, parcels, NPCs.
Yes.
Up in the upper right hand corner, just click the all, and it'll load all the banners to your right hand menu.
Okay.
And now you should have a feats banner over on the right hand side of your screen.
It's still not showing anything.
Okay. When you open your library, at the top you should have a button that says GM, a button that says Play, a button that says Create PC, and a button that says All.
Oh.
Okay, click the All button. And you see all the banners underneath that? One of the banners says Feats. It should have a check mark next to it.
Right.
Now over on the right hand side, you should see that banner, and it says Feats.
What is wrong with...
Did you get it?
Still not doing it.
Even though you selected All.
Correct.
Is the check mark on your library
It's
window?
checked. Right.
Do you see on the library window, on the first line with the banners, there should be a banner that says Feats. Is the check mark, is it checked?
Checked.
That means it should be over on the right hand side of your Fantasy Grounds tabletop where all the banners are. It says PC, notes, maps, tables, story quests, NPCs, encounters, backgrounds, classes, feats, races, and skills. Click on the Feats banner.
And it's still not showing me anything.
Is it saying that you need to load a module or something? You might not have the module loaded. So nothing. What happens when you click on races?
Races. Nothing doesn't show.
Okay. Open up your library again.
Okay.
What modules do you have loaded?
All the books are closed.
Oh, that's a problem.
I have to do this all over, no problem.
All the books you have there, just click them until if they're closed, click them and load them. Load them all. That's why nothing was opening when you was clicking the banners, because your books aren't open.
I guess I have to open up all the books every time I log in.
Well, you shouldn't really have to, but sometimes it does get screwed up. Then once you have them loaded, when you click the feats banner, you'll see a list of all the feats. Rain, do you need me to add that or?
I don't think so. I'm just typing it in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you should be able to.
Yeah. We weren't sure if you wanted us to change the scores ourselves or have you do it. That's why
I'll trust you. I'll trust you not to cheat.
I am Mexican.
Are they known for cheating?
And as a Mexican, I am allowed to say that. And yes, we are.
How
I never knew that. I didn't know that was a stereotype for Mexicans.
Vamir's having a meltdown in his head just now.
Here,
I'm mostly just ignoring that.
I thought we were just supposed to ignore stereotypes and write them off.
Yeah. Who knew that was a stereotype for Mexicans? I didn't.
It's my favorite thing with like my Mexican service member buddies. Like they make fun of me for only being half, and then I make fun of them for being in jail half their life, and like no one. It's the most ridiculous.
I had a roommate in the Marine Corps, and he was the whitest Mexican I ever met in my life. We called him White Boy, and he was Mexican. His name was Ramirez.
Okay, so my cousin Joseph, so he's from my mom's side, and he's 100% Mexican, right? 100% Hispanic, and he looks straight up like the 1990s Abercrombie and Fitch model, like damn near German complexion. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's what this dude looked like, and he was Mexican. Cool dude though. I roomed with him for about a year and a half.
Marines are like my favorite people because if anyone can like out debauch army folk, it's Marine folk.
All right.
You just pronounce it Kavach?
What?
Are you squared away, Kaz?
Yep, the feats have all this 5e feat list with benefits.
Okay. So you can read them and choose one of those.
Book of Dragons. Easy.
Damn, there's a lot of feats. There's a Skulker feat. Hiding in shadows.
Okay, so anybody watch Stranger Things?
Yeah, huh?
Are you familiar with the Demogorgon?
Yeah.
My girlfriend is wearing a shirt with the Demogorgon on it right now, as a matter of fact.
Okay, so Vale and I do not watch Stranger Things. However, we play a crap ton of pinball. And the latest pinball machine from the company that makes all the pinball is Stranger Things branded. So if we play our cards right next week, character name, Gothic, I might drag you to Buffalo Billiards and throw you at Stranger Things for fun. The main toy in the game is the Demogorgon, and your job is to get a ball down its throat through its open plant maw. Unfortunately, it's terribly difficult to get the ball down its throat. And what we've done, and when I say we, I mean myself and my one friend, we have come up with a cult of the plant vagina.
I love it already.
We seek to do a better job of getting the balls down the throat. We have a sign that we flash at each other, which is, it's as bad as you could think. It involves the curling of the thumb and the index finger.
It's like if you formed a cult and entrusted the paid development of what amounts to your gang sign to...
It's not a gang sign, it's our cult sigil.
To a horny 13-year-old boy with ideas.
A horny 13-year-old boy wouldn't know what the fuck he was doing. All right.
Listen, I'm also telling you that a cult designed by a 13-year-old boy does sound like it would be pretty legit, to be honest.
So anyway, I did just flash at Vale the sign of the cult to just let her know how I really felt, and then I needed this whole conversation to explain that away. So there.
You know, if you talk nicer to it, it might let you put the balls down its throat.
On the other hand, if you talk really mean to it, that might work too. Some plants are like.
I got a question. Were we doing max hit points? Because if we were,
I
everybody
got
needs to make
average.
sure.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we were doing max though, because it always gives you the average when you level up. So make sure you adjust that to give yourself maximum hit points.
Oh crap. Okay,
Again, I'm going to
so,
trust you not to cheat.
I bumped Constitution
Yo, yeah, I did too,
by
and it didn't
one.
change.
And I changed and I went multi-class. So
Ooh, what'd you multi-class?
Ooh, yeah, we got a multi-classer.
Got two
I
multi-classers.
Ooh,
picked
Ranger.
up a I picked up a Rankin Ranger. I want to be able to stalk these bastards through this city. Which brings me to another question: can urban environment be considered a favored environment for natural?
I believe it's one on the list.
I didn't see it, but that's what I want.
Caesar, you're gonna have to do this for me.
Which need?
To get the right feet out of here.
Which feat do you want to select?
Rakish.
The Rakish, let me find it. Oh, you're looking to add the spell to your abilities tab for. That's not a feat. That's a feature. The Rakish Audacity. I don't think there's a spell effect for that. I think it's automatically done. Once you select it, I think it automatically rolls your charisma modifier to your initiative roll.
Isn't it supposed to, when you go up a level, bring up a bubble asking to do something? That didn't happen.
No, not when you level up to 4. Yeah, you're talking about choosing skills and stuff. You don't get to choose any more of those. The one thing, you can either choose to increase ability scores, or you can choose one of the feats.
Alright.
Did you get a list of all the feats?
I do have a list, but it doesn't...
I can Google thieves feats.
Let's just go on, because this is just...
So how do saves work?
So best rogue feats for D&D 5e.
Depends on the kind of rogue.
Right.
If you're a combat rogue, mobile, because then you can dash in and out of combat without provoking attacks of opportunity. But there are other roguey type feats as well. Like one gives you bonuses to perception checks for finding traps and secret doors and whatnot.
Yeah, with that mobile, you can attack a creature, run up to it, attack it, and run away without creating an opportunity from the monster.
From the guy you just hit.
Right.
That might be a good idea.
Yeah.
I would do
Well,
that.
she can do that anyway because she can disengage as a bonus action.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah, snap. Yeah, that would be a wasted.
Yeah.
Yes, what's your dexterity?
Dex 14.
I'd suggest getting that up rather than going for a feat.
Alright.
Some feats give you that point, like athletic. Like the athlete feat. I don't know, have you
Yeah.
been particularly athletic lately? Have you done your running up and down to the Dawn Fort with me every day?
Yeah, with the athlete, you increase your strength or dexterity by 1. And you do not have athletics as one of your skills. And when you're prone, standing up only uses 5 feet of movement instead of half your movement. Climb doesn't cost you any extra movement. And you can make a running long jump or a running high jump after moving only 5 feet on foot rather than 10 feet.
Yep.
I'm a crossbow expert.
And I tell you, for someone who runs up and down to a tower every day, that fits. How about you, Kaz? You running up and down tower?
Huh. So it's up to you, Kaz, whatever you want to do.
Personally, I'd say Skulker or Lucky. If you're not going for pure dexterity.
Lucky's a good one too, isn't it? Isn't that where you re-roll ones?
You can 3 times per day reroll anything.
Oh yeah, that's right. You have 3 luck points. Whenever you make an attack roll, an ability check, or saving throw, you can spend 1 luck point to roll an additional d20. You can choose to spend 1 of your luck points after you roll the die, but before the outcome is determined.
That sounds good.
So basically 3 times per day you can just decide to give yourself advantage.
Right.
Alright.
You want to take the lucky?
Yeah, I'll turn
Or,
that
even better, you can give somebody else disadvantage 3 times per day.
All right, I'm going to
Same
put the
feat.
lucky feat on your abilities tab,
Okay.
and
And you
then
might
I'm going
want
to
to
check to
create.
see if there's any spell things. And there is. Maybe not. No, there's no abilities for your abilities tab. You're just gonna have to remember you get 3 luck points.
Can you create like a
Yeah, we can create
consumable?
we can create a consumable. Let me try to do something here. Lucky points. It's 3, right?
Yes.
There you go. Underneath your class traits, you have lucky points as a consumable. And there's 3. So you're all set. Everybody leveled up?
Yes.
I sure hope so.
All right, so let's get back to it. So I understand that you have been asked to meet Erstrid Horn in the City of the Dead. You still have not found the Nimblewright. We forgot all about that when you was in Grolhund.
Oh, we know that it was theirs.
Right? Was it there?
Well, I don't know. We know all the things.
You know all what things?
All the things.
So, if I remember correctly, when you were on the outside of Grolhund, you used your Nimblewright detector and it was going crazy.
Accurate.
Did you use it on the inside? I don't remember if you guys used it after you entered the grounds.
We did not. We did not. We were right into the thick of battle immediately.
All right, so you still don't know where the Nimblewright is.
Well, I'm pretty sure if it's considered evidence, it's not going to be at the manor anymore.
And you know, you heard Erstal asking Lord Grolhund, where's the stone? So you know he doesn't have it anymore.
Which suggests that Yala has it. Because her husband is useless.
He would be left behind if we were on the mountain.
I mean,
don't
he
know,
was
what did
useful
he-
for us.
What did he said something about the stone.
Yeah, something about it being an ancient creature that was used to find a cache or a horde of dragons.
Kinky.
Yeah, so the Stone of Glory, some kind of ancient creature
500,000.
transformed into an artifact. It knows the location of a hidden vault in Waterdeep containing 500,000 dragons. House Grolhund has been bankrolling the Black Network operations in Waterdeep, including the plot to kidnap Rainier Neverember and a plot to steal the Stone of Galore from his father's gnome spy, Dalekar. My wife was frustrated with the Zents and their inability to secure the artifact. She gave a necklace of fireballs to her mechanical servant and sent it out to help retrieve the stone. It was careless and caught the Zents in the fireball by mistake. And that's what he said about it.
Yeah, holy crap. He said all that, which, by the way, the guard should have believed us.
He denied it.
Yeah, I know.
He didn't want his wife to know he said that.
Going to the guard so soon was not a wise idea.
It was the right thing to do. Plus, I was a little tilty because the shadow. I mean,
Civilized land seems to be quite vile.
It's the first time I'd seen darkness like that, and I did not like it.
So this says Barnabas thoroughly investigates the Grolhund Villa crime scene and questions neighbors and bystanders. That's the word around town.
So let's go find Miss Horn and see what she has to say.
Okay, so you guys want to head on out to... Where was she? She was in the
City of the Dead.
City of the Dead.
Near the statue.
Alright, let me see if I can find a good map.
And I suggest we keep an eye out to make sure we're not being followed and observed by Watch. Because I don't trust them. I think they're in league with these evil people.
You don't trust the City Watch?
I don't trust anyone in the city besides my friends.
My confidence in the watch is now shaken.
I share this map with you because it's the first one I found. City of the Dead is like right there in the middle. To the right of the Castle Ward. South of the North Ward.
Vamir, I'm going to look to you for some counsel here. My confidence in the watch is shaken. And as someone who's kind of lived with them being a steady rock my whole life, and the fact that I just saw shadows yesterday, I'm having a real rough day. I'm looking to you for comfort. No comfort from Vamir. That's cool. Thanks, buddy. Yep. You grow up with the guy, you expect, when you have a bad day, he's going to be there for you, but apparently not.
You think he's gonna, pat your head and say, there, lotion your bottom and tell him it's different from everyone else's, and
or give me some logic and tell me why everything's fine. My butt's mine. All right, you can't take that from me.
It is our beacon of light in the dark.
I was just trying to find some logic to make you feel better, but there isn't really any. My faith in the watch has also been shaken.
Ah, shit.
Does your proctologist have to wear glasses? Like sunglasses?
I'm not that old yet.
Oh, okay.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Maybe some polarized gloves.
I can't believe I can't find a picture of this statue.
Oh no. They don't use a flashlight and glasses anymore. They got a little camera that's attached to like a snake cable.
This is D&D.
Kind of like what Spec Ops uses to hook up underneath the door.
Okay, so you guys are heading on over to the City of the Dead.
Yeah.
In front of the Acheron statue.
Acheron's statue is a well-known landmark in the city parkland cemetery. A tall marble sculpture of a bearded, robed wizard standing atop concentric steps and facing west toward the skyline of Waterdeep, his hands outstretched and a broad smile on his face. At the foot of the statue stands a female dwarf clad in plate armor.
That'd be her.
A Hailer in Dwarvish.
And
Well
that'd
met.
be her.
I hail her in Dwarvish and say, have you considered a dawn-based approach to life?
You can't speak Dwarvish.
I can, actually.
Can you? Damn it.
Yeah. Yeah, I got that, Draconic, Common, and Celestial. Those are my 4.
Oh, I can do Dwarvish as well.
Yeah.
I assume Gothak and I are standing there looking at one another like, what the actual hell is happening?
They're talking in Dwarvish.
I'm not just talking about the dawn.
Well, because we know his vocal cadence, right? So we're
Right.
like, I don't know what he said, but the damn dawn was involved.
You just
You're
know he's talking about the dawn. All right. It's a nice day. So you guys can see pedestrians and picnickers and frolicking children throughout the cemetery grounds. People are celebrating the dead. And it's clear that Erstrid chose a safe public place for the meeting. Everybody, let me see. Give me a insight wisdom check.
You have to give me a second. My fantasy ground crashed.
All right.
That's a 24.
That was not in the tower.
Yeah, that wasn't in the tower.
What's the tower?
Bottom right
The
corner.
The little rook.
stay in the tower?
He did, clearly. He said it, but I'm sticking with my numbers.
That's fine.
I forget that the tower is there.
What check did you need? I'm sorry.
Wisdom.
Insight.
Insight.
For everybody?
Yes.
So how do you roll that from skills tab? Do you like
Just
click on
drag
the
it.
little-
Instead
Yeah.
instead of double clicking on the die, you click drag
Click
the
it
die
and drag
onto
it. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Now it's got my proficiency bonus.
Okay. So Kaz, Gothak, Vamir, and Sid. As you approach, you guys are looking around, and you're pretty sure that she came alone. Everybody else is not so sure.
Cool. Well,
And she sees you approaching, and she waves you over.
I'll lead the way over, not to make the first, words, because that's not my thing, but just leading us.
Well,
Yeah, sort of.
she knows a
water
few
at-
of you.
Yeah, I know.
She's
I'm
your
not doing it.
friend, right?
Yeah, she's a friend of mine. It's just that's what my guy does. He always takes the lead if he.
is it important at all? Yeah. Did she hear me when I asked her about the dawn, and did she embrace it?
She ignored you.
Even though I spoke her language. God damn it. The guy tries.
Moradin, damn it.
Yeah, there's
So
hope
who's-
for everybody.
Who's approaching her?
Well, I guess we all do. I was leading us over, and then
Okay.
one of my other more talky friends can actually talk.
She waves you over, and since nobody's going to talk to her, she says, friends, I need help.
What is it that you require?
Well, as you know, the City Watch, and they're cracking down on the Zentarum. And they've arrested Davil and some of the other Doom Raiders. I need help. I need you to hide me out. I need a place to hide out for a while. A 10 days should suffice. I need to lay low so I don't get arrested. You know, the shady businesses I run.
I smile. Say it can't be any shadier than what the guard's doing with the nobles and the Zentarum.
And you know she operates an illegal lending operation out of a heavily guarded warehouse at the docks, because you were introduced to her. She's like a loan shark. I can pay you handsomely. How about if I give you 40 platinum pieces if you agree to let me lay low in your bar?
So I
Here.
turn.
Take
To
this for
my,
just coming to the meeting. And she hands you a little sack of coins.
I turn to Vamir. Vamir. Well, I understand the plight of this dwarf. We take a mighty risk by letting this person into our.
Yeah, weren't we just accusing the Grallhuns about harboring fugitives?
In fact, just yesterday we were.
How come I can't put... Oh, I did put it in there. Hold on.
But is this a fugitive or is it a person in need?
Being unfairly persecuted.
Right.
Well, I don't think the detective and the captain are gonna be particularly discerning on that regard.
Nobody will know I'm there. I'll stay hidden. I won't leave. I just need a place to lay low. Surely it's worth the 40 platinum. 50 platinum. Here's 10 now.
Probably isn't a particularly safe space since we've recently been embroiled with the watch ourselves.
Actually, it makes perfect sense because they already assumed that there's nothing there.
And if Lady Yala happens to stick the watch on ours,
She looks to who is it? It's that are members of the have.
I'm one of them. Gothak is one of them. And
Gothic.
I was gonna say I would turn around to everyone and say that her and her friends have given us jobs and paid us fairly for our work. Although that doesn't necessarily mean that we could take a risk to give up our freedom. It also speaks well to her character, despite what her job might be.
I look at them. From what I've seen, the people that we've associated with have not been committing crimes.
loan sharking.
Whereas, the lending of money is a common practice. I have not observed that, so we've not seen anybody smuggling, we've not seen anybody murdering, we've not seen anybody stealing. We've seen people running businesses and giving us work and stopping crime in the city. And that's a far cry from what's going on with this other group.
What about this? What if we say that given the turn of recent events and the desire to say get on with making a bar and an inn, we decided to open it up to potentially taking on a tenant, say, temporarily, who is renting a room at the inn, and if she agrees to it, if they show up specifically looking for her, we plausible deniability it. We have only a
She's a paying customer.
I'm
Okay.
uncomfortable with
She turns to
flexible-
Gothic, and she tells Gothic. She whispers in his ear, "I have an excellent disguise kit. They'll never even know. I'll be disguised as a male dwarf."
I'm not especially lawful. I'm just saying. I don't want to get into any more trouble with this particular watch or attract their attention because I don't trust them.
If they have even a hint of wrongdoing from us at this point, because of the commotion that we've already caused, they will lock us up.
Do you think the temple would take her?
The temple might.
I mean, they'd never be looking for a dwarf inside the Temple of Lathander, that's for sure. I might get some extra credit for sending her there, too.
I would argue that it would be a crime to turn away an ally who has done us no wrong.
Okay, I'm swayed.
Indeed, on the mountain, were we to refuse hospitality to someone who's done us no wrong, you would find yourself out of the tribe very quickly.
So do you accept to let her hide out?
I certainly do.
I'll help out around cleaning up and making repairs. I have no problem doing that.
Yeah, I drop my objections because it's the right thing to do.
Agreed.
So this loose ends thing, 10 platinum. What is?
She's
what is this
she's
about?
given you. She already gave you 10 platinum for just coming to meeting her, and she's promised another 40 if you let her stay.
Okay, is this like party currency?
Yes.
Okay.
So are you agreeing to let her stay?
Do we even have room for her to stay in?
We've got the place is pretty big. We should have plenty of room.
Yeah, man, I'm not even using a bedroom. I'm using the tower. So
And I would give up my bed because it's the right thing to do.
So I'm going to go ahead and put the whole 40 in there now. You get 20 now and 20 later if you agree to let her stay. If you agree to let her hide out.
I believe we have. I believe we have a consensus.
Okay, I'm going to put that in the party sheet too. And I'll distribute all the coins. Everybody gets 7 platinum.
We really should get on renovating at some point too.
Yeah, I think we'll start doing that. What do you guys want to do now? You're gonna. She's going to. She says she will meet you back at the tavern. She knows where it's at.
Even though I trust her, I want to ask her how she intends to get in without being seen.
Why does she need to not be seen? If
She's
she's
gonna
just
put on.
be a
She's
lawful
gonna put on her disguise.
Oh, that's right. She did say that. I forgot that. Okay.
From now on, you will call me Jorn.
Apprentice Forge Priest, join.
And I will have the disguise. I will put the disguise on before I leave the City of the Dead. That way nobody will see me entering the Troll Skull Manor. Alright, so what do you guys want to do?
Well,
She
I
has
think
departed.
I think that raises a good point. We need to ask if there's anything we can do in our own investigation, or if we want to lay low and hire the guild to start working on the bar. Or do we actually, if we get the repairs and renovations going, that could be a fairly good distraction for when we want to look into other things.
Yeah, did you guys ever actually pay, what's his name, Broxley? Was it Broxley?
No, we didn't.
We didn't because we didn't have the money until really recently.
How much was it? It was, I even forget how much it was, he said.
I thought it was like 2,000 gold pieces?
Something like that.
I thought it was 1,500.
Could be just something around there, I don't recall exactly. Do we have it in the notes?
1,500 sounds right.
I'm
Yeah, you
looking.
got 1760.
Do I hear 750?
I got it in the book somewhere.
I'm willing to give all of my gold to the cause. I don't
But
need it.
I think it was like 1,500.
Yeah. So I hand all of my gold to Krigor and say, Krigor, let's make this place a good place.
Combined, everybody has 1,760 gold pieces if you add it all up. It's in the
Yep.
party
Nice.
sheet. You got 2,945 copper, 49 platinum, 913 silver.
Yeah, I give it all.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I donate whatever my share is necessary.
Same.
Ditto.
All right. So, I'm assuming you guys are going to head back to the Troll Skull Manor then?
Not quite.
Well, we have to talk to Broxley and actually do that. We're just unless
Right,
you want
that's
to
what I'm saying.
automate that.
That's what I'm saying. He's
wanna-
going to... Go ahead.
I would like to track down Nilcoria Stone Marrow, the shield dwarf archmage who was the prior owner, and ask what's up with the poltergeist.
Oh, yeah. What's her name?
She's called the Gargoyle, Nilcoria Stone Marrow, archmage.
Let me see where she hangs out.
That, and I need to see Avi and Ember about a weapon.
Here it is. I found her. Ocoria Stone Marrow, watchful order the Magus and protectors. No one knows where she lives, but it's believed to be underground, possibly a cellar or dungeon under one of the city's oldest estates. So you ask around town, and that's you're asking a few people if they know her, and that's what they tell you, that they've heard of her and they've seen her, but they don't know where she lives.
Well, maybe she'll come find us.
Our luck does not seem to travel in that direction.
Okay. Maybe she'll come visit you one day.
And then the other thing that I would like to do is to replace my mace with a warhammer and or battle axe.
Okay. You can go see Avi and Ember.
Exactly.
Oh, that's the other thing we need to do is plan the dinner for them and Tali.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that too. So I will let you go ahead and I'll trust that you'll subtract the correct amount of gold pieces. Let me see in the items. What did you want?
Yeah, so I gave everything. I have nothing left.
A warhammer?
We didn't want to just divide by 6.
Warhammer's 15 gold. A warhammer's 15 gold.
I have no use for gold.
Okay. Subtracted.
Did you put it on your sheet?
Getting there.
Sorry, so I kind of missed it. How much was it that we needed to divide from our equal share?
I think it was 1,500.
No, I mean, like, I've got 193 gold pieces and 7 platinum pieces. How much do I need to?
Oh, for the
I guess
tavern?
I guess divide the 1,500 by 6, and that's how much I subtract from.
Yeah, do you have enough? Does everybody have enough to contribute equally?
That's 250 gold.
Yeah, everybody needs to subtract 250 each. If you don't have it, you need to speak up so somebody else gonna have to chip in more.
How many gold is the platinum worth again? The platinum pieces?
10.
Yeah, those are 10 gold.
0 gold. I had 250 exactly after buying the battle axe.
So
All right.
I have 20 gold.
I have 13 gold left.
All right, everybody took off their 250.
Be gone.
Okay, Broxley Fairkettle. thanks you, and he says we will have the plumbers and we'll have the carpenters, and they will be over and they will start construction and fixing this place up. Are you guys gonna help any?
So, Broxley, I have a special request.
What is this special request? I hope it doesn't cost us any more.
No, I'd like a deluxe.
There might be a special charge for a special request.
Yeah. I'd like a deluxe rope ladder, from the Dawn Fort to the main level, and I'm prepared to pay.
A
I'd like this
deluxe rope ladder.
Deluxe. Yeah, with steps and maybe some.
Reinforced?
Yeah.
Are we talking reinforced metal steps
Maybe some
on
chain.
a rope?
Maybe some chain.
You're looking for
chains.
chain.
So
You're
maybe
not
a
looking for
chain
ladder. You're looking for chains and metal steps and not a rope?
Yeah.
You have
Well,
you
and
have
a rope.
expensive taste, my friend.
Yep, and I have 20 gold pieces that I would surrender to make it easier for my friends to come up to visit my tower. Because I've noticed that no one ever visits me.
Wait. You said 20 gold pieces.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And how tall is this chain with metal steps? How long?
We could negotiate on the steps. You know, if the steps are, say, wood, that's okay too. It has to be good wood though.
Wood and metal chain from
Yeah.
the ground floor to the top.
Yeah.
Give us a quote.
Specially
Broxley.
constructed and designed.
We're asking for, factor it in with the rest of the building. Yeah. A deluxe Dawn Descender.
What type of metal? What
Well,
type
it
are
has-
you envisioning?
It has to be sturdy enough to hold my friend Gothic here. I walk over to Gothic and pat him on the back and say, "He's hefty. He's a chunky boy."
So, gold is out. It's too soft.
Say that again, DM. I was dying of laughing.
Gold is out because gold is too soft of a metal to hold the weight of his big ass.
Also, probably cost more than 20 gold pieces.
Yeah, and we're not looking
Right.
for anything.
And you only have 20
Flashy.
gold pieces?
Yeah.
If you'll give us a quote.
I'm sure we can find some rusty chain down by the dock ward
No.
somewhere.
We're looking for a deluxe rope ladder.
Deluxe for 20 gold.
Yeah.
Okay.
I tell you what, we'll see
Never
what we
mind.
can do. I'll talk to the artisans and maybe
Excellent.
the steel and steam. Maybe they can help us put something together.
Make
Anyone
it.
considered that this gives any potential thieves direct access to our manor?
It'll be rolled up when I go to bed at night.
How about when we leave in the morning?
Right.
We'll roll it up.
How are you getting down?
Well, hold on a second. I'm gonna get some images.
He didn't think this all the way through. Kind of like when he told the City Watch that he killed somebody.
I mean, look at how happy that boy is.
So that's what you're wanting to get?
Yeah, something like that. I just tired of my friends not visiting me in the tower.
So the question remains, when you climb down in the morning, that thing's going to be hanging down all day for anybody to go up.
Well, now oddly enough, I've noticed that the trapdoor to my tower it's oddly sealed. I can't actually get down from my trapdoor into the rest of the building. I think that something's happened so that the tower is cut off. I don't know who might have done that, but it's kind of hard to get from the tower into the rest of the.
What?
Yeah, have you guys tried the trapdoor lately? Into the Dawn Fort?
Yeah.
Is this why you've been jungle gymming out the window? Because I was assuming that's just because of exuberance.
I mean, it is because I'm exuberant, but beyond
So
that, it's,
you do understand that we can fix that problem as when we're renovating the tavern. We can
well,
probably pull the nail out that's got that trap door held shut. I don't know why you couldn't, but we could do that for you at no extra cost.
it's still kind of like a deluxe Dawn Descender.
We will see what we can do.
Great.
Has Hammond Craddog stopped by? Craddock? From the Distillers and Brewers Guild?
No, sir.
I'll make sure he stops by. What about Justin Rask? From the Guild of Butchers?
Nope.
Nope.
What kind of fare do you plan on serving? Steak?
I was thinking
Hamburgers?
maybe some tacos.
Tacos. Ooh, Taco Tuesday is very popular in Waterdeep. I'll have him stop by with some samples. All right. So you paid Broxley his 1,500, and he promises to have the place renovated in 12 days. We haven't used the calendar in a while. Hell, what day is it?
Oh, I like that bottom one. You see that last picture I found?
Oh God,
Oh yeah,
that one
like
looks
it.
like an escalator.
you know, tomato, tomato.
So today is the 20th. No, it's 10th day of Kythorn. So he promises to have this place done by the 20th of Kythorn. I'm adding this note. Alright, I added a note. He promises to have the tavern furnished and ready for opening by the 20th of Kythorn.
Alright, folks. While you finish discussing that, I gotta get going for the.
Alright, yeah, we're getting ready to wrap up anyway. Have a good evening.
Good night, y'all.
Ah.
Bye.
Night.
So I would say what we're gonna do for the dues and everything, because it's 50 gold pieces per 10 day for maintenance and wages, and 10 gold pieces per 10 day for all other guild expenses. And then we have to roll for profit and loss after every 10 days. And you can spend gold to add bonuses to the roll for profit. Add 1 to the roll for each 1 gold piece spent in advertising. So that's how we'll have to do that. So every 10 day we'll have to roll for profit. See if you guys made any money or lost any money. And with that, I think we will call it an evening. You guys still have to find a number right. You still have to find the Stone of Galore. Right?
I think we've sort of given up on the nimble, right?
Well, you still have to find a Stone of Galore. And once you find that, we'll be moving on.
Nice.
We are now to chapter 4. Chapter 4. This should start picking up here. Very soon. Obtaining the Stone of Galore. This is where you go through the different chapter chains. Encounter chains. So did you take note of the groundskeeper?
With the skull knee pads.
Right. And what did Cromley and Broxley tell you about the groundskeeper?
Potential worshiper of Asmodeus.
There you go. That's a clue.
Spell that, please.
Asmodeus.
Is it AUS or AS?
AS. Asmodeus.
Got it.
Like Mozart. But with an S instead.
Yep. All right, we're gonna call it a night. I hope everybody had fun tonight. Everybody hit a level.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
good time.
And Kaz took off too. Where'd Kaz go?
I'm here
Oh, you just disconnected from the table.
for the moment, yeah.
All right, night, guys.
All right, good
Good
night,
night.
everybody. See you next Thursday.
Um,
Go ahead.
Saturday night's game. Before I let you go,